Hello everybody, this is test route number 5 of 15 for the Coventry test centre. What happens is you turn left out of the car park and you carry on down this road. This is Bayton Road, and you will come up to the traffic lights at the top of the road. And this on Bayton Road here, there's lots of, as you can see, it's an industrial area, and there's lots of lorries and things that come from the opposite directions and are backing in and out of these factories and whatnot. You have to be quite careful as you come through here. You may need to give way. So these are the traffic lights. We're going to follow the road ahead at the traffic lights. And that should take us into School Lane, just opposite us. So these test routes that we're filming now are the latest published test routes from the DVSA. Been taken online. You can look online and you can find them there. Also, if you look in the description box below the film, below the video, then I've just written them all out so you can see where they all go. These lights shouldn't take too long. There they go. Into School Lane. Now, one thing you'll notice about School Lane is as we get further down, it becomes more and more countrified, and it actually looks like it should be more than 30 mile an hour zone, but it isn't. It is still 30. And you can see the sign for that now, and it's saying there's a camera down there, and sometimes they will put a mobile speed camera down here. I've only ever seen it once. But as we go past where it was, I'll just point it out to you so that if you're ever driving down here once you've passed, because you know you are going to pass, aren't you? Yeah, so once you've passed, then if you happen to be driving down this road, you can keep an eye out for it. Just going through the temporary lights here now. Seem to be digging the whole of the town up. So the police camera was on our right here, just parked over the way, and there he was, just checking up on everybody. Okay, so at the end of the road, we're going to turn right, and that's going to take us into Bowling Green Lane. So this is Bowling Green Lane, and a lot like School Lane that we just turned out of. Again, it looks like it should be more than 30, and in actual fact most people will drive at more than 30 mile an hour along this section, so quite easy to get sucked in to the speed of the road, so do be careful about that on your test. And we're coming up to what's essentially a blind bend. There's a school just around here, and there's very often cars that are parked. Just because I've said that today, there's not any, so that's always good. And then there's a double roundabout. We're going to go straight ahead at these two roundabouts. The important thing here, remember, is to treat these two as separate junctions. So go around the first one, and then again go around the second one like that. That takes us along just going to go straight ahead at those lights. And again, we're coming up to some temporary lights ahead of us, so we shouldn't be here for too long. Earlier today, these lights, these temporary lights, were causing an horrendous queue. I'm not quite sure. It's only like an hour and a half later, and there's only 2 cars in front of us. So it's a bit strange, really. But there it is. We're just going to go straight ahead down this road. This is Hearth Road that we're on. Away we go. As we get round this bend, you'll see there's some more lights here. We're just going to go straight ahead at those lights. But ahead of that, there's a bridge, and that's the bridge for the A444. So we're going to go under the bridge and then turn right. So it's A444 for Coventry, as you can see on the sign. Going into the little lane they've left for us here, and then we're going to go right here. This is now the Bedworth bypass, and up this road, and this is an acceleration lane. So along this road we've got to get our speed up, get up through the gears, so that we can then merge onto the A444. And this A444, this is a 70-mile-an-hour road, obviously, so it's a dual carriageway. There's no other sign, so therefore it is 70. And the thing about this road is it's out of the 15 test routes, it's on every single one. So you will go down the A444 at some point on your test. So good idea just to speak to your instructor, or your mum or your dad or your brother or your sister, whoever it is that's, you know, taking you for lessons, and just get them to let you get familiar with this road. As we come toward the roundabout though, we're going to follow the signs that say A444 for Coventry, and we've got 3 options in terms of which lane we can use for that. We're going to use the left-hand option of those 3, and that's actually the second lane out. According to the green signs, you've probably noticed. Now the thing here is, when you're coming into this roundabout, is we've now got into our lane, and we're going to stay in our lane all the way around, and then it's going to take us off the roundabout for us. So it looks quite complicated, but it's actually really easy. We're just going to follow the line of our lane out. In we go. You can see on the road it says A444. There's traffic lights here as well to control any traffic that might want to enter or exit the roundabout as well. You can see that that road goes down to Bedworth. We're going this way. That takes us down here. Now this is still the A444, but it's a 50-mile-an-hour section. We just passed 2 big signs that said 50. There's another repeater sign there, and they all say 50 miles an hour. I'm actually doing 50 miles an hour now, and you can see there are people overtaking me. And that is just what happens on this road. However, this is another road where they put a mobile speed camera every now and again. I've seen it a couple of times in this catches quite a lot of people, and the thing is just to be careful. Not to break the speed limit, obviously. So we're going to be turning right at the roundabout. So the next thing I need to do is change lanes. I'm just looking for my opportunity. It's going to be after the Volvo. So I'm turning right at the roundabout here. This is what they call the Rico roundabout. And well, this is a spiral one as well. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the line on the outer line of the lane, if you see what I'm saying. It's a bit of a tongue twister, but there it is. But you can see it, the outer line there of the lane, and I'm going to follow that around, and that will take me off of the roundabout. So we're just waiting for the lights to change. There they go. Just follow that line out, and you can see what it does here. It takes me around to there, and that's fine. So again, people get worried about these roundabouts around here, and really the way they've marked them out, they make them very simple, because this is just going to take us off of the roundabout now and down this road. We're going to go straight ahead at these lights. This is Winding House Lane. This is a 40-mile-an-hour zone. So we're just going to keep it nice and steady as we go down here. It's quite a kind of, you know, you can see a long way, it's quite a straight road. Just along here you can start to see some traffic lights, and we'll be turning left at those traffic lights. Strange, isn't it? There's a police car behind me. I know I'm doing nothing wrong, but there's a police car behind me and I'm being extra careful. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, this is Winding House Lane. We're at the traffic lights and we're going to turn left. Seems to be getting caught by the red lights on this little journey today. Here we go. Over the level crossing and down this road. So this road's quite wide, and what you may do, because there's parked cars on either side, it kind of narrows the road down quite a lot. What you may find is you'll be in a kind of less space, less speed kind of situation. So let this fella get in his van. There you go. So it's just taking it really steady down here. And then there's some traffic lights here as well. And at these traffic lights, we're going to turn right. Again, we got stuck at the red lights. Seems to be a feature. Here we go. So we're turning now from wheel right lane at the lights into Rowland Avenue. I'll go all the way to the end of Rowland Avenue and then we're going to turn left. But again, looking up this road, you can see there's lots of, it's very lots of houses, lots of parked cars around the place. Most of them are parked on the pavement, as you can see. That's probably because of the double yellow lines. And there's the odd one, like this red car here, that's parked right on the road. Of course, you can do that. That's perfectly fine, isn't it? But it sometimes can catch people out. And now the road goes quite narrow because there's lots of parked cars one side of it. You see the blue car there. It's taking its time. We're going to turn left at the end of the road. And this is taking us into Parkville Highway. Coming along here. And finally we have a green light and we're just going to go straight ahead down here. This is now Beak Avenue. So we're coming along Beak Avenue. We're going to take the second road on the left. So this is the first road on the left here. We don't want that one. And the second road on the left is just where the white car there is just turning in, where the bollards are. And this is called Rotherham Road. It's a 20-mile-an-hour zone. So we must be careful as we drive along here. It's a 20-mile-an-hour, so it's Rotherham Road. It's a 20-mile-an-hour zone. Good idea then just to leave your car in second gear, and that will help to keep the speed down. But we are going to take the next road on the right, which is Deerhurst Road. There you go, Deerhurst Road, and we go from a 20 zone into a 30 zone then. Quite a hill to climb. At the end of this road, we're going to turn left. So now we're turning left from Deerhurst Road. I think this one's called Charleworth. But we should see there should be a road sign at the end of it. Let's just see. Anyway, when we get to the end of this road, we are going to be turning right. Hopefully the sun won't be too bright and you'll still be able to see. Charlewood Road, this is Charlewood. We're turning right into Everton Road. And the thing about Everton Road here is that it is quite bendy and there's not many parked cars, and what people can do here is kind of lose a little bit of concentration and kind of drift into the centre like this red car may do here and lose position. We're going at 28 miles an hour when he overtook us, by the way, so there we are. Anyway, we're just going to bend around with the road. We're going to take the next right. Now, it's not this one where it says Henry Court. It's not that one, but it's just here, so it's quite close. And it's still actually Everton Road. Just going to go around there. Then we're going to come to the end of this Everton Road. We're going to turn left. At the end of it. And one thing to look out for here, first of all, is the speed camera. You can probably see it now. there. Although you've probably not got enough time to break the speed limit from that left turn anyway, but we're going to take the next right, and that's the one at the traffic lights. So we're turning right there into Live-Hall's lane. Now the thing to look at on this road is it's very pitted. There's lots of potholes. The road surface is not very good at all. It's been replaced here, but most of it is very pitted, lots of potholes. So if you see the camera go, you know, up and down or whatever, vibrate, then that'll be because of that. Trying to stay out of the potholes at the moment. Light-Halls Road, I'm sure it's pronounced that way. Could be Light-Halls as well, however you want to say it. Lythalls Road. I should say, if you want to see the other 14 test routes for Coventry, just going to turn right at this roundabout first of all. These are the most recently published ones. If you want to see the other 14, then just, you know, click the subscribe button. I think there's about 6 on there already, and all the rest will be added over the next week or so, or weeks or so. On this road, by the way, again, you're in a kind of less space, less speed situation here. It's quite a wide road, but there is room for 2 cars to pass. Yeah, so just subscribe or ring the bell, and ring the bell, and then you will see all the other test routes as well. So we turned right at the roundabout, come all the way to the end of this road, and there's a bend in it, line bend, and then we have no choice. At the end of this one, we now have to go round to the left onto the dual carriageway, as you can see. This is Foleshill Road. And you can see the green lane here, which was once a bus lane, no longer a bus lane anymore. They've decided to do away with them. So we're going to just go straight ahead at this roundabout, taking the first exit though. Merge over to the right a little bit. So this Foleshill Road, it is a 30 road all the way along, even on the dual carriageway part. So, you know, just keep your speed down, keep it in 3rd gear. That'll help you to keep it down to 30 or below. There's a sets of traffic lights down here, and very often you'll see bits and pieces of traffic. If you time your approach right, you shouldn't need to stop too many times at them. Although the next set have been on green for quite some time already, so I'm assuming that they're going to be on red by the time we get there. Let's just see. Well, we have been on green a long time. There you go, we're through those ones, and there you go, through those ones as well. So I was wrong. 30 miles an hour. We're just going to follow this road all the way to the end. It's a very long road, this one. It's going to give this lorry more time and more space than he needs to get out of there. There you go. So these test routes, they're either quite difficult or they're quite easy, and it really depends on your kind of state of mind at the time. So for instance, this road is just a straight road. There's lots of traffic lights, there's things pulling out in front of us and that. Maybe the cars are braking ahead of us. As long as we just give everything lots of time and space, then we don't have to rush and we can just breeze through. So you can make it easy for yourself in that way. This bus, for instance, is still indicating to the left, which probably means he's still taking fares and things. So that means we can go around. It's not a problem. So I'm just going to go over the humpback bridge here. As we go over, just make sure that you're looking to see what's on the opposite side of it. This time there's a red traffic light that's turning to green. Again, if we approach it in the correct way, we shouldn't need to stop and we'll just flow through with the traffic, making it very easy. So it does depend on how you approach these things, and it depends on how you approach the junctions as well, and that will make all the difference in whether you pass or fail your driving test. So when we get to the bridge here, you see there's a low bridge, and just past that there's a roundabout. We're going to turn right at that roundabout, taking the 4th exit. That means we need to be in the right hand lane, so to speak. There's no road markings here, but we're in the right hand lane. Just coming up, you can see that it's clear, and then we'll move in. So it's the 4th exit. We've just passed the first one. Now we're just passing the second one. The third one is called Mcdonnell Drive, that people miss out. There it is. And the 4th one is this one we need. So do make sure you do your lifesaver look at this point. I'll come off in the left lane, going back toward the test centre now. So there's 2 sets of lights ahead of us. We're going to go straight ahead at the first set of traffic lights, and then we're going to turn right at the second set of lights. So straight at the first one. They all seem to run green now. We had all the red ones and now we get all the green ones. Here we are, going to turn right at this next set. When we turn right at these lights, that's going to take us back into Bayton Road, where the test centre is. See, we've got a green arrow up there, which means we're free to go. Bayton Road today seems quite calm really in comparison to how it normally is. It's normally lorries pulling out all over the place. I can see there's a cement mixer about to come out onto the road just further down, so maybe he'll turn up towards us, maybe not. Again, we're just going to give this lorry more room than he actually needs. Here comes the cement mixer, lots of room there. As we come down here, you'll notice there's a blue metal fence with a car park in front of it. Behind it is a brick building, that's the test centre, and we would turn right into there. Not allowed to today because it's not on test, but that's test number 5 for Coventry. Alright, good luck everybody. I hope it all works out for you.